Good afternoon, fans. Welcome back to Bears Field for this Saturday morning and afternoon doubleheader between your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks. Bears took the first two games of the series yesterday, and they look to continue their winning ways here at home as the Bears take the field. On the mound today for your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears is number 25, Jared Large. Redshirt junior out of Australia comes in for the Bears, making his home debut here for the Bears. Behind the plate, Bryce Stober, number 0. Playing third base, number 14, Brock Johnson. Playing shortstop, number 42, Dalton Putnam. Second base, Xander Ferlanda, number 4. And at first base, number 19, Topher Grant. In left field, number 1, David Bell. Center field, number 15, Mike McHugh. And playing right field, number 13, Will Jones. Batting first and leading off for the Crimson Hawks today, number 1, Nick Deandrith. Batting second, number 12, Marcus Sestra. Batting third, number 4, Chris Eisel. Batting fourth, number 28, Nick Hess. Batting fifth, number 20, Ben Templin. Batting sixth, number 7, Colin Williams. Batting seventh, number 26, Luke Hollander. Batting eighth, and doing the catching, Ty Deal. And batting ninth for the Crimson Hawks, Harrison Pontoli. On the mound for your Crimson Hawks is Ben Hudak, a senior. As we get going here at Bears Field, just want to welcome all of you to today's contest as we get going here. Leading off the games for the Crimson Hawks, number 1, Nick Deandrith. Right fielder steps into the box for the Hawks. The 0-0 pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Putnam's going to have to get rid of it. Barehanded play. And he gets the out. What a great play to start off this game for Dalton Putnam, number 42. A great barehanded play to his right. Makes a great play. And Topher Grant with a great stretch over there at first base as well. That's one pitch and one out. We love those here at Bears Field. Batting second for the Hawks, Marcus Sestra. Grounds this ball back to Putnam as well. Gets that one away from Putnam as it rolls into the early part of the outfield. But the Bears are able to corral it and keep it just to a single. Hawks look to attack Large early in this game as they swing at 2 straight pitches to start off the game. This is a 7-inning game for the Bears, and that one will be ruled an error on Putnam. As that's a tough error, but folks made a good play on it. Sometimes the ball just doesn't hop your way. Large comes set. And fires. Strike called. 0-1. Bryce Stover behind the plate again today for our Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Has done a great job on this early season. Having the catching duties for every single game so far. As Large checks the runner Sestra at first. Stober did a great job behind the plate yesterday, making sure that the pitching staff had a lot of confidence in him. Checks the runner again, dives back safely. Large spent a little bit of time at Northern Iowa Community College. As Large comes set and delivers. 0-2 count now on the number 3 batter, Nick Eisel. Nick Eisel, a 2-time PSAC all-conference team selection last 2 years. 0-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch taken down and away. Count is 1-2. At Northern Iowa Community College, Large threw .525 ERA, 60 innings with a 9 K per 9 inning rate, so 1 an inning. 1-2 pitch, checks the runner at first. Sestra dives back in safely. Large doing a good job of keeping the Hawks off balance there at first base right here in the first inning. Don't want to get it too big of a jump. Large comes set and fires. That ball is lined into the gap. McHugh on his horse but will not be able to get there, and that will get against the wall. The relay, and Ferlanda runs that one in, and the Hawks will get an early lead here, 1-0 in the top of the first inning, as Nick Eisel has a stand-up triple to score the Hawks' first run of the game. Batting fourth, the DH, number 28, Nick Hess. Fastball up and out, missed ball 1-0. Large takes a second to recompose himself. Sometimes part of the early innings is just trying to get a groove for the strike zone, trying to understand yourself as a pitcher. That 1-0 pitch catches the outside part of the corner. Strike one, 1-1. 1-1 here with one out here in the top of the first. As Jared Large whips and fires. Breaking ball missed upstairs. Didn't quite get on top of that the way he likes to. Really tries to work that bottom part of the zone. Fastball, slider, curveball, splitter mix. Large has in his repertoire and fires. Fouled back. Count will be 2-2 now. Assistant coach David Newcomer grabbing that foul ball. Alumni of Lenoir-Rhyne. 2-2 pitch. Just misses as the count will run 3-2. Large goes back to the windup here with a runner on third base. Some pitchers like to do that just to make sure that they feel more comfortable as opposed to being in the stretch as a 3-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch flied into the outfield. Freshman David Bell will make the play, and that will get another run in on a sacrifice fly as the Hawks take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Batting now, number 20, Ben Templin. Templin hitting .333 early in the year as that one is called strike one. Played both games and started both games yesterday for the Hawks. Had 6 at-bats and 2 hits on the day. That pitch just misses, 1-1. Large looks to shake up his tempo a little bit. He wants to get back in the dugout for the Bears. Delivers. Breaking ball just misses, low, 2-1. Large, one of the transfers here for the Bears, but really has taken a leadership role in his first year here. As that ball hits the inside corner, right where you want to pitch that, 2-2 here in the top of the first inning. Large looks to repeat that and delivers. Fouled back. Good cut there. Templin really doesn't get cheated up there. Really wants to make sure that every swing that he has is going to do some damage, especially you want to have any kind of that in the middle of the lineup. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, just misses down and away. That's a good spot right there. Good miss. When you miss, you don't want to miss very far off that strike zone. You want to make the batter chase a little bit, swing at your pitch, and that's a good miss right there. It's full count pitch. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. Good battle so far here in the early part of the first inning. Templin really trying to extend this inning for the Hawks. Wants Large to get a lot of pitch counts up as Large delivers the payoff pitch. And that is swung on and missed, and that will do it for the Hawks. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Bears here in the top of the first. We come to swing it right after this.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember, who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
Back here at Bears Field now. Bears trail early 2-0 here at the bottom of the first inning. On the mound for the Crimson Hawks, senior Ben Hudak from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hudak is making his 9th career start for the Hawks. Brings in a 6.91 ERA, 30th appearance, has 57 1/3 innings pitched for the Hawks, and has a batting average of .337 against. Bears look to attack him early, as he seems to be able to throw the ball quite consistently in the zone. Batters having pretty decent success against him, so the Bears want to make sure to jump on him early, as the leadoff hitter David Bell steps into the box for the Bears. Bears have a very similar lineup to what they had in Game 2 yesterday. They'll run out David Bell leading off, Xander Ferlanda second, and Will Jones to follow up in the 3 spot. First pitch for Hudak. Misses upstairs. Ball 1-1-0. As I said, batters have had some success against Hudak in his career, but you also don't want to swing at his pitch. You really want to get something in the middle of the zone, be able to drive it. 1-0 pitch. That ball is laced to third base, and that will get past the third baseman as Bell jogs into first base, takes a nice turn there. Really taught as a base runner on a ball that you might be able to extend on to get that nice loop into your turn and see if you can take that extra base. Great hit by Bell. Batting second now, Xander Ferlanda. Senior grad transfer from New York. Ferlanda batting .282 on the season so far. Started 9 games. This will be his 10th for the Bears. Has 11 hits in 39 at-bats as he steps up to the plate. 0-0 pitch. Shows bunt, but pulls it back, and that's going to be high. Ball 1. That was ruled a hit there for David Bell, for you all keeping track at home. Tough hop there for the third baseman. It would have been a hard error to call there. Official score crew called that a hit for the Bears. 1-0 pitch. Hudak comes set and fires. Fouled back. Good cut there by Ferlanda. Knows he missed that one a little bit, but that's okay. He's going to get a couple more swings up in here. Ferlanda has a great eye, really knows what he wants, has a good approach as he steps up to the plate. Shuffles the dirt there on the box and looks in. Hudak getting his sign as he comes set. Bell, the runner at first, and fires. Breaking ball missed upstairs, 2-1. As Coach Chris Ramirez, first-year head coach, gives the signs over there at third base. Gave him the honey hole sign. Make sure you don't swing anything outside of your zone. 2-1 pitch as Hudak comes set and fires. That will be missed upstairs as well. Another off-speed pitch. Didn't quite get that as down in the zone as you'd like to as a pitcher. And the count is now 3-1. Looked for this to only be a fastball swung at. This is really a fastball count as Bell takes off. The throw will be high. Won't matter anyway. Ball 4. That'll be a walk for Landa as that brings up Will Jones to the plate. Will Jones had a good day yesterday, hitting .370 on the year, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, 10 hits, and his 27 plate appearances. Look for Will to move these runners over here. Corner's playing bunt defense. Will does a good job of getting the ball down as pickoff move to second base, trying to see if Will will show anything early, trying to understand what Will is thinking up there in the box. Will, a veteran player, won't show that until he needs to. Sacrifice bunt, you show a little bit earlier than you would for laying down a bunt hit, but still don't want to show until the pitcher commits. Will a little bit later there, maybe looking to drag that ball down the third baseline. That ball misses upstairs, 1-0. Coach Chris Ramirez gives the signs. Counts 1-0 on Will Jones. Will shows and pulls back. That will be low. Ball 2, 2-0. Corners of the infield pinched in there. First baseman not holding on for Landa at first base. So Landa can get a little bit bigger of a primary lead, a little bit bigger of a secondary as well. Make sure there's not even a play at second base. Second baseman playing a little bit shaded towards second, so have to make sure he gets a good run over there at first base if Will Jones bunted, which he did not show that time. Count will be 3-0. With as wild as Hudak has been so far in this game, Will Jones really doesn't want to chase anything here. And he will not, as that is ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. Second walk of the inning for the Bears, and that will load the bases for the number 4 hitter, big Connor Smith, stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Number 27 on this early year has 27 at-bats with 8 hits and 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. Looking to widen those stats a little bit as he has the bases loaded, no outs. 0-0 pitch. Big cut by Connor Smith. Just missed that one. 0-1 comes set and fires. Oh, another big cut by the lefty Smith. Count will be 0-2 as that one's fouled back. First baseman's working in here in front of Will Jones. So again, Will Jones will be able to get a little bit bigger of a lead. Wants to make sure that ball gets through on a line drive, though. Don't want to get doubled up here with no outs in the bottom of the first inning. 0-2 and fires. That ball will be missed in, down and in. Count is 1-2. Hudak takes a second to recollect himself. Bears want to be able to open this back up. Try to get those 2 runs back that they gave in the top of the first inning, tie this ball game, and not take the lead if they can. 1-2 count. Ball misses down and away. Looked like a changeup from over here, Connor Smith. Changeups usually work arm side for the pitcher, so for a lefty it's harder to hit coming out of that same arm slot for the pitcher. Generally speaking, it's about 10 miles an hour slower if you can get it that slow. 1-2 pitch. That is lined into the outfield, and that will drop, and that will score a couple as 2 runs will come in to score for the Bears, and Will Jones goes up to third base as Connor Smith has himself a 2-run single, and that will tie the ball game here in the bottom of the first inning for the Bears. Connor Smith with his 4th and 5th RBIs of the season on that base hit into right field. Right fielder was playing a little bit more deep than he is today. Yesterday they were playing him pretty shallow, so look for that adjustment for the Hawks throughout the rest of the day as number 15, Mike McHugh, steps into the box. Mike with a big day yesterday, had himself a bomb in the first inning. Got him one in the jet streams, took off here at Bears Field as he steps into the box to look to do some damage. Checks the runner Smith at first, back safely. Smith doesn't have a big lead over there at first base. With those long legs, man, it takes about 3 steps for him to be at the next base, so never could be too careful if you're Hudak. Hudak comes set and fires. Swung on and missed. No advance for the runners if that one gets away from the catcher. Count will be 0-1. Look for Coach Ramirez to maybe be a little aggressive here. Mike McHugh able to control the zone and control his bat real well. And Connor Smith with those gazelle legs over there really being able to take off. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped up. That'll be a tough play with his son as the second baseman makes the play. No tag there. He jogs it in. That'll be the first out for the Bears here in the top of the first inning. Play made by Williams over there at second base. Still a fantastic mustache. Doing a great job, man, in second base over there for the Hawks. One out now. Brock Johnson, number 14, will step into the box as Coach Ramirez gives the signs. Brock Johnson from Granite Falls, North Carolina, did his high school playing at South Codwell. Has some family in attendance at the game today. Hudak comes set and fires. Brock takes that ball low, 1-0. Looked like to be a breaking ball there. With runners in scoring position, as the Bears do have, with Will Jones at third base, you really want to look for fastballs in the zone that you can drive. Really be able to work that middle opposite field that Brock likes to do. 1-0 pitch. Shows Button pulls back. That one's going to be high, ball 2, 2-0. Yesterday, Bryce Stober had a 2 RBI push bunt single. So look for the Bears to be able to use that bunt to their advantage today in Game 3 of this 4-game set. Hudak comes set, 2-0 pitch. Brock shows bunt again. He gets away from the catcher. Will Jones is coming home. There will not be a play as he is safe. And an errant throw by the catcher as Connor Smith goes to third base on the wild pitch and the error by the catcher. And there will be a throwing error there to advance the runner up to third base. And it is 3-0 on Brock Johnson. Again, Hudak a little bit wild to start this game, so you want to make sure that we got time on the field here. Looks like a media timeout, it seems like. Got time. Telling our camera guy can't be in the field to play. I understand that. Get some action shots, but man, you don't want to hit that camera. That's an expensive camera. 3-0 now as Hudak comes set and fires. Brock takes strike 1. Umpires today. Home plate umpire, 2-man crew, field umpire. Non-conference play in midweek games. Generally, there's about 2 umpires in the field. Brock fouls that 3-1 pitch off down the third base line. 2 umpires for non-conference games, 3 umpires for conference games. So as the Bears open up this coming weekend against the Carson Newman Eagles, we'll have 3 umpires. They'll run more of the V. 3-2 pitch is flied into center field. Connor Smith will be tagging the throw. Connor Smith gets in standing up. And the Bears will extend their lead 4-2 on the sacrifice fly by Brock Johnson. They'll bring up number 19, Topher Grant. Topher, the first baseman for the Bears. Looks to start this inning over a 2-out rally for the Bears. First pitch taken upstairs, ball 1. That sacrifice fly right there for Brock Johnson does not count as an AB, so good for him getting an RBI. Topher has a big cut there on the 1-0. Sacrifice flies and sacrifice bunts do not count against your batting average. Do count as a plate appearance, but not an at-bat. So nothing against Brock Johnson's average. Gets himself a free RBI. 1-1 pitch. Foul down the third base line. Will Jones does a little shuffle to get out of the way. Will Jones making sure that he didn't get hit in the foot there. That would have hurt. One-two now on Topher Grant. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Score 4-2 for the Bears. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And that will do it for the Bears here in the bottom of the first inning. 4 runs on 2 hits for the Bears as we go to the top of the second inning.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
Back here at Bears Field after some technical difficulties. Bears batting now in the bottom of the second inning. Bears led off the bottom of the second inning with a strikeout from Dalton Putnam as the Bears look to extend their 4-2 lead. 2-1 pitch fouled back by Stober. In the top half of the second inning for the Hawks, got one base runner, but the Bears were able to stifle the threat on a 6-4-3 double play started by Dalton Putnam. Made a nice clean transition by Xander Ferlanda at second base to get the out to Topher Grant at first. 2-2 pitch. Flared out into right field, and that might drop in the little Bermuda Triangle, but that will be made a play by the right fielder. That will be the second out for the Bears here in the second. That'll bring the top of the lineup up, David Bell. David Bell had a base hit the first time up for him. Looks to go 2 for 2 on the day. Hudak on the rubber, whips and fires. 0-0 pitch popped up. That's going to be tough in that sun. But the first baseman will make the play, and that will end the threat for the Bears here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back after this.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Back here in Hickory, North Carolina, for the top of the third inning, is the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears have a 4-2 lead in the first game of this Saturday doubleheader between the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Indiana University, Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks. Up to the plate, the 9-hole hitter, Harrison Pontoli, making his first career start, the freshman is. So congratulations to him as he makes his first career start for the Hawks. So that 0-0 pitch is taking high, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. Just low there. Misses the bottom of the zone, 2-0. Jared looks to keep that same tempo he did in the top half of the second on that 2-0 pitch. Gets the zone, 2-1. Jared had a 1-2-3 inning in that second. Did have a base runner, but was able to cancel that out on a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning for the Hawks. 2-1 pitch misses low. Ball 3-1. As that 9-hole hitter, on the defensive end of it, you really want to attack them because they are in the 9-hole for a reason. You don't want to give that top of the lineup a base runner. And that 3-1 pitch misses, and Pontoli takes the walk. That will bring the top of the lineup up, Nick DeAndrith. Nick DeAndrith last time hit a ground ball to shortstop Dalton Putnam, where he made a fantastic barehanded play. Third base coach for the Hawks giving some signs over there. With that 9-hole, has a little bit of speed, and that leadoff hitter, look for something to happen here. And he squares the bunt and lays down a perfect bunt. Large makes the play at first. Put that as an 1-3 sacrifice for DeAndrith. That gets the runner Pontoli up to second base. 1 out for the Hawks. Up now, Marcus Sestra, the third baseman for the Hawks. Ferlandis shades to cover the extended lead as Large pitches. Breaking ball missed outside. Great stop by the catcher, Bryce Stober. Count 1-0. Ferlandis giving the signs of how many looks to give as Large steps onto the rubber and peers in for the sign. Stober gives it. Large comes set and delivers. 1-0 pitch called. Strike 1, 1-1 here. With the second baseman covering the lead. Gives that hole open over there in first base. 1-2 pitch called, strike 2. Large comes set. And fires. Ball grounded to Brock Johnson at third base. Checks the runner. Will not go anywhere, and that will be the second out of the inning for the Hawks. 2 outs now here in the top half of the third. Great play by Brock Johnson as a third baseman. You really want to make sure that runner at second's not just coming to third as you throw to first. Really want to freeze that runner, make sure that they don't go anywhere, especially on a hard-hit ground ball like that was. Have a lot of time as number 4, Isel steps in the bat. 0-0 pitch missed up. Brock Johnson new to third base this year, collegiately speaking. But doing a fine job over there in the early part of the season, really manning the hot corner well for the Bears. 1-0. Large comes set. Fires. Oh, good pitch. Looked to be a breaking ball. Swung over by Isel and missed. 1-1 is the count. Isel with a triple last time did score for the Hawks on the sacrifice fly by Hess. 1-1. Large delivers. That fastball is just low at the bottom of the zone. 2-1. Stober doing a good job back there trying to catch the bottom of the zone for the Bears. We talked yesterday about how to receive that bottom part of the zone. You can either have the thumb underneath the ball that comes received, or wrap your top fingers around it. Breaking ball called strike 2, 2-2. Stober, traditionally speaking, has that thumb underneath the ball, is able to wrap that bottom part of the zone and get those strikes for the Bears. Not one way is better than the other. Both works. It just kind of depends on the catcher. 2-2, Jared Large comes set. Delivers. Great block by Stober back there. Does a fantastic job of having a very fundamentally sound blocking. Does a good job of covering that 5-hole with the glove, getting that right arm behind there so it doesn't hit any fingers. And caves over that ball and blocks and keeps it in front. Full count. Large comes set and fires. And that will be strike 3. Large pounds his chest in excitement as the Bears shut down the Hawks' threat. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Bears lead 4-2.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Back here in Hickory, North Carolina. Saturday afternoon ball game between the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks in gorgeous Hickory, North Carolina, just outside the Blue Ridge Mountains. About an hour east of the North Carolina-Tennessee border and about an hour north of the South Carolina-North Carolina border. Lenoir-Rhyne has about 1,500 undergrad students, hosts 23 NCAA Division II South Atlantic Conference teams, and the Bears look to make their presence known in the South Atlantic Conference this year as number 4 Xander Ferlanda steps in the box. 0-0 pitch. Taken upstairs, 1-0. Ferlanda did a good job of turning that inside shoulder on that pitch. Don't want to catch one in the face. Lace to face is not good, has a 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good cut by Ferlanda. Ferlanda played some of his undergrad ball at St. Bonrevere in New York. Joins the Bears as a grad transfer here. 1-1 pitch. Laced into left field, and that will be just foul into the new LR Bears home bullpen down the third base line. Count will be 1-2. Bears going through some changes this year, field-wise. Switch sides on the home side from the first base side to the third base side. I'll tell you what, that first base dugout does have some nice heaters. So on those cold months and those cold games, when it was cold, man, those heaters really came in and helped out the team. But you know what? We're here to grow here at Lenoir-Rhyne, so we're on the third base side now. We're going to expand our field next couple years. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Good cut by Ferlanda. Back into the street. Oh, and that one makes contact with the concrete. No car contact there. There was a nice Mustang driving by, so they're lucky not to get plunked in that one. 1-2 pitch again. Hudock fires. Misses down and away. Count will even up here at 2-2 on Ferlanda. Ferlanda with a walk his first time up. Did come around to score on the Connor Smith single, excuse me. 2-2 pitch. Ground to the shortstop. Shortstop will make the play. That'll be the first out. Mark that a 6-3 putout for Ferlanda as Will Jones comes up to the plate. Hard hit ball by Ferlanda, but just right at him. Shortstop made a nice play, nice throw to get Ferlanda. That'll be the first out for the Bears. Will Jones steps up to the plate here. Had a walk his first at-bat. Did score on Connor Smith's single. So Will Jones steps into the plate. First pitch taken strike one. 0-1 is the count. Will really being a utility guy for the Bears these last couple of years. Been able to play shortstop, second, third base, and outfield as he fouls that one back. Found himself on the mound earlier this year in a non-conference midweek game down in Newberry, South Carolina. I remember a couple summers ago, a summer ball game, I faced Will. Did get a base hit off of him. Don't let him live that one down. As well as 0-2 now. Takes that one high, ball 1-2. Threw me a fastball, hit it right up the middle. But every time he tells me he's pitching, I remind him I got 1 for 1 off of him. Hudak looks in. Time is called. Didn't really like the sign he was getting. Not sure which pitch he wants to go with here. But wants to make sure it's the one he wants as Hudak delivers and throws. Breaking ball gets Will Jones swinging on a half swing. Looked like a breaking ball slider or a curve ball on the outside part of the plate. That will be the second out for the Bears here in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up Connor Smith, the big lefty out of High Point, North Carolina. Smith got the Bears on the board in the first. A couple RBIs on a single as he swings first pitch. Oh, and that one grounded into the first base dugout. But no worries, folks. It hit the binder of the assistant coach. So no one was hurt or injured on that foul ball. I might carry around a binder with me now just to protect myself from foul balls. 0-1 count. Fouled off. 0-2 now. Tell you what, you really don't think about carrying a binder around with you to deflect off foul balls, but afterwards you're thinking, man, I'm glad I brought that binder today. Really glad that I had that protection in front of my face. Count 0-2 now. Delivers. Fastball called, strike 3, and that will do it for the Bears here in the bottom of the third. Hudak walks off the mound in excitement as he has a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the fourth right after this.
Welcome into Moretz Stadium. What an atmosphere we have for you today. It is worthy of this game. Darren Goldwater, the two-time Super Bowl champ here, Trey Essex. This atmosphere tells you what you need to know how big this game is. Fans were here really filling two of the parking lots before I showed up, 2.5 hours before the game. And that's a rarity, and it's as good of an environment as you can find in Division II football. A sold-out Moret Stadium, standing room only.
Some runs on the board as they trail 2-4 to the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears here in the top of the fourth. Large comes set and fires. And that's called strike one on the inner part of the plate. We talked a little bit yesterday about a pitching philosophy of hard in, soft away. Large likes to use that philosophy as he misses just down and in on that fastball. Didn't quite get that call. Batting for the Hawks, the DH Hess had a sacrifice fly that last time up to bat. Large looks to be in a good groove here as he gets Hess swinging. 1-2 now. Lenoir-Rhyne dugout getting behind the 25. And that will be strike three on the outside part of the corner. The K strut for the junior Large. K looking for Hess as that will bring up the third baseman, Ben Templin. Templin struck out swinging the last time. I talked to Large a little bit before this game as he delivers. Breaking ball called strike one. Large felt confident in his stuff. Really wanted to attack these guys. Felt like he knew that he had some good stuff as Templin calls time to try to shake off the tempo of Large. Got a little dugout off here at Bears Field as the Hawks dugout starts to get behind number 20, Templin. But no worries, folks. Our home Bears will really get behind Large. That one misses just outside as the Hawks dugout cheers. Count 1-1. I'll tell you one thing. The Bears will not be matched in juice. We will always bring it 1-1 count. Called strike two as the Bears dugout gets behind Large. Count now 1-2 on number 20, the third baseman, Templin. And that will be strike three on the outside part of the plate as Large struts around the mound again, his second strikeout of the inning. Fourth of the game. And I'll tell you what, Large is in the zone here, folks. He walked up to the mound and up to the field today. I asked him how he was feeling. He said, "I'm feeling dangerous. I'm ready to go." Large delivers. Breaking ball, strike one on number 7, Williams. Williams still has that fantastic mustache as a breaking ball is just low, 1-1. However, that fantastic mustache does not give you base hits. It does give you compliments. 1-1 count. Ho, got him swinging. Count is 1-2 on that breaking ball. Large looks in. 1-2 count. Strike three. 3 straight strikeouts as Large walks off the mound. Strikes out the inning as he takes the dog chain for the Bears. A lot of juice, a lot of energy as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-2 Bears.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Here in Hickory, North Carolina, the Bears lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jared Large with a 1-2-3 struck out the side looking as the Bears look to use some momentum with Mike McHugh stepping into the plate for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. A lot of juice coming from the LR Bears dugout, a lot of support for our guys. Bears have always had support for other Bears. As Mike takes ball one low, showed bunt but pulled back. Count will be 1-0. Lenoir-Rhyne does a fantastic job of supporting each other here, whether it be sport to sport or within the same team. 1-0 count. A little bit early as Mike fouls that one off down the third base line. Count will be 1-1. I tell you what, though, nothing gets us more excited here at Lenoir-Rhyne than a little bit of juice. And boy, Jared Large delivered that juice in the top half of the inning. Bears look to extend their 4-2 lead. 1-1 pitch grounded to the shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. Mike will beat that out for an infield single as the Bears get the lead off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. I'll bring Brock Johnson up to bat. Brock Johnson with a sacrifice. Last time up, scored Connor Smith. Brock's has had a successful career here at Lenoir-Rhyne. Redshirt junior infielder. Third baseman Sestra plays in a little bit. Looking for Brock to maybe show here. Brock does show, pulls back. It'll be ball 1-1-0. As Coach Chris Ramirez gives the signs. A couple of alumni in attendance today. See Matthew Freeman, Jake Conroy, and Alex Reynolds. Some of the alumni from last year for Bears baseball. 1-0 pitch. Brock lays a good bunt down first base side, and that will get Mike McHugh over to second. Brock Johnson's second sacrifice of the game. Well, sacrifice fly now, sacrifice bunt, as that brings up Topher Grant to the plate. Topher in his third year here at Lenoir-Rhyne. Topher hitting .235 on the year, making his seventh start. Has a double, an RBI, 4 hits on the year. Looks to double his RBI total here and score Mike McHugh. First pitch. Ball gets behind the catcher and throws it into left field, and that will score Mike McHugh as the Bears take a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That ball got away from the catcher. Deal threw to the third baseman. Sestra couldn't handle the throw, got away from him. That will be a throwing error as the Bears extend their lead here, 5-2. Topher Grant takes the 1-0 pitch high, ball 2, 2-0. That will be an unearned run there on the air. To a pitch called strike. Because of the error there, Topher Grant does not get the RBI. He did not bat a run in. But Topher still has an opportunity to score himself here. Maybe put one in the jet stream. Oh, good take there. It's okay. 2-2 is the count now on the third-year Bear, Topher Grant. Looked to be the top of the zone there. Topher just made sure that that's all it was, 2-2 pitch. That is not the top of the zone. That is outside of the top of the zone. Topher takes high, ball 3, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bears lead 5-2. Topher takes the pitch. Fouls it back out of play, and we'll reset and do it again. Little foul ball chicken over there by the fans, making sure they didn't get out of the way first. Guy who won is in an LR Bear sweatshirt. Didn't move at all until the very last second. Won himself some foul ball chicken. As Topher Grant steps back into the box. Full count again here as Hudock looks in for the sign and delivers. Topher laces a ball into left field, but caught on a dive by the left fielder. Topher Grant put a fantastic swing on that ball, especially in these cold months where the ball doesn't fly quite as far as they will when it starts to warm up. That ball was caught, and that'll be the second out for the Bears. I'll bring up Dalton Putnam, number 42. Dalton did strike out his first time up, but looks to get a base hit here for the Bears. Dalton takes ball 1, 1-0. A little windy up here. Not sure if you all can hear the wind, but a little bit warmer than it was yesterday here in the first game of this doubleheader. 1-0 pitch. Fouled back. Big old cut by Dalton Putnam. About 37 degrees here in Hickory, North Carolina. Wind blowing slightly out to left field. American flag of this great United States flies toward the left field, toward our batting cage behind the left field fence. As Hudock looks in, the 1-1 pitch. Flied. Tough play by third baseman Sestra. Ball coming back will make the play in foul territory, and that will do it for the Bears as we get 1 run and extend our lead 5-2 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Hawks coming up.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 defensive change for the Bears. Number 5 senior Corbin Watson comes in to play first base. Takes over for Topher Grant over there at first. As Jared Large steps back onto the rubber. Misses ball 1, 1-0. Corbin Watson, a senior from Eden, North Carolina. Did his high school playing at Moorhead High School. 1-0 pitch. Flared into right field, base hit. And that will be a base hit and a leadoff hitter for the Hawks here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up the catcher Ty Deal. We're on first, no outs for the Hawks. We had a little bit of a juice off that last top half of the inning. Things have calmed down a little bit here at Bears Field. As Large comes set. and delivers. 0-0 pitch has a nice hack by Deal, fouled off. Count 0-1. Third base coach giving the signs there. As Hollander leads off first base. Large comes set and delivers. Breaking ball just missed the bottom part of the strike zone. Count 1-1 now. Beautiful day here in Hickory, North Carolina, about 37 degrees. Starting to warm up as the afternoon creeps upon us. 1-1 count. Checks on Hollander. A little jumpy over there at first base. Does a good job of getting back safely, but Large did a better job of making sure that he wasn't going anywhere. 1-1 count. Large delivers. Inside part of the plate. Strike 2. Deal didn't quite look like he agreed with that call, but as a catcher, you know your zone better than anybody else, so I'm sure he expects those calls just as well. As Large comes set 1-2. Breaking ball fouled between the legs. That only happens about once a game, folks, but it happens once every game for sure, for good luck. Count is now 1-2. Jared makes sure to get his defense behind him in case of a comebacker. Wants to make sure the shortstop, Dalton Putnam, gets to the second base. Knows who's covering. Large comes set for the 1-2. And delivers. And that ball is flied out into the outfield. Left fielder David Bell is camped underneath it, and that will be the first out here in the top half of the fifth. Large made a nice pitch right there. Being able to get out the catcher Deal. As that will bring up the number 9 hole, Harrison Pontoli. Pontoli with a walk last time, did get to second base, but wasn't able to score. Freshman makes his second at-bat early in this season. Large checks over the runner at first. Hollander dives back in safely. Corbin Watson over there at first base. Not his natural position, naturally a shortstop, but does anything he can for the Bears as Large comes set. Fouled back off Stober's glove. Count 0-1. Corbin Watson, a good friend of mine. We actually played high school ball against each other. Same conference, Mid-State 3A. As Large comes set. And delivers a strike, 0-2 now. Corbin known very well for his defensive play on the diamond. Very good defensive shortstop, third baseman, infielder overall as well. And definitely can swing it with the best of them too. As Large comes set. O2 laced down the first base line as Will Jones reaches for it in the corner. They look to wave around Hollander as he stops and comes back to third and dives back in safely. That would be a double for the freshman Pontoli, and it'll bring up the top half of the lineup for the Hawks with one out here in the fifth. Nick DeAndreth now up for the Hawks. 0 for 1 here on the game with a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat. Large steps off. Was in the windup, but now goes to the stretch as he comes set. And delivers a high ball, 1-0 on a fastball. And I'll bring out the pitching coach for a quick mound visit. Want to make sure Large is relaxed. Might talk to his defense a little bit right here. 5-2 ball game here in Hickory, North Carolina. Beautiful day. Lenoir-Rhyne is the Bears. As we have a lot of home games this weekend, folks. Bears went undefeated at home through all sports. men's and women's lacrosse, men's baseball, as well as men's and women's tennis. Softball has a home doubleheader today. They're playing just across campus. You can see the softball field from the press box over here, so shout out to those ladies as they take care of business on the diamond as well. Large steps back onto the rubber. 1-0 is the count on the leadoff hitter, DeAndreth. Large comes set. Breaking ball just misses. Count is 2-0. Large originally set up in the windup, moved to the stretch, didn't want to be in the windup because the leadoff hitter, DeAndreth, could place down a bunt, sacrifice or suicide bunt, and he will go around on that 2-0 pitch, count 2-1. With DeAndreth's speed, you're able to place that bunt maybe first base side, a little push bunt on a safety squeeze, or maybe a suicide squeeze, probably less likely, but still an opportunity. Don't let them give those runners a head start because of that windup. 2-1 pitch misses down low. Count will run 3-1. With the windup, once you move that left foot as a pitcher, you're committed to go to home plate. So therefore, the runners will know a little bit earlier than in the stretch if you're going towards home. 3-1 flared out into right field. Will Jones running in will make the play. Hollander tagging will not go. Cut off by Stober. And that will keep runners at second and third as Will Jones makes a nice play out in right field with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. That'll bring up Marcus Sestra, number 12, the number 2 hitter for the Hawks, third baseman. The Aussie Jared Large steps back onto the rubber in the windup. Less likely chance for a bunt here with two outs as he delivers a breaking ball high and inside, 1-0. Even if Sestra does decide to bunt here, as Large moves back to the stretch, you have that play at first that ends the inning, so you don't have to worry about that run scoring. 1-0 pitch. Ball drops right out of Stober's glove. Count 2-0. Bears have a little bit of movement down in the bullpen. Looks like it'd be Ben Friebel. Threw an inning in relief yesterday, and the Bears win. Got the win yesterday as well. Warming up down there as Large comes set. 2-0 pitch. Delivered strike 1, 2-1 on the number 2 batter, Sestra. Large comes set and fires. Misses inside, ball 3-1. In order to be eligible for the win, Large must be able to get out of this inning with the lead. In order to be eligible for the win as a starter, must go at least 5 innings and have the lead when you come out. 3-1 pitch. Misses, ball 4, and that will put the bases loaded for the number 3 hitter, the 2-time PSAC all-team selection, as Coach Chris Ramirez comes to make a pitching change. And that will do it today for Jared Large. Has 5 strikeouts on the day, and just a great effort by the junior pitcher. We'll come back right after this. Here comes a pitching change.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
back here at Bears Field as number 17, Ben Friebel, takes the mound for the Bears as he looks to stop the threat for the Crimson Hawks. Friebel with 2 innings of relief work yesterday, got the win on 2 hits and 1 strikeout as he comes set. Fires and delivers a strike 1, 0-1 is the count. Friebel, a native of North Dakota, comes in and gives the Bears a little northern diversity here. A lot of these boys are from North Carolina and surrounding states, but North Dakota, man, he really knows how to bring in his cowboy atmosphere. 0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1. Hawks have the bases loaded here. Infield playing about normal depth. Playing back here, nobody real close to the runners. Ferlanda shaded toward second base, 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the Brock Johnson at third base. And we'll win the foot race, and that will do it for the Hawks here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs as we go to the bottom half. Bears lead 5-2.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Bottom half of the 5th inning here as the Bears come to bat with a 9-1-2. Bryce Stober, the catcher, will lead off for the Bears as they face the same pitcher, Ben Hudock. Ben, a senior from Pennsylvania for the Hawks. Stober steps into the plate. Stober 0 for 1 so far on the game. Line out to the right fielder last time. As he lays down a bunt down the third base line, it'll be a tough play for Sestra. Throw takes the first baseman up the line, but that will be an out. First out of the inning for the Bears. They'll bring up the leadoff hitter, number 1, David Bell. Sestra did a good job of making that play at third base for the Hawks. Threw the ball a little bit up the line. It could be a dangerous throw for the first baseman. But glad no one was hurt on that play as David Bell steps into the box. Ball taken up, ball 1. 1-0 is the count. Large finishes his day with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits, and 2 earned runs. As David Bell half-heartedly swings, but a swing all the same. Count is 1-1. Large will not be eligible for the win because he did not go the completed 5 innings, despite coming out with that lead. So he'll be granted with the no decision. 1-2 pitch cued out to the shortstop. Shortstop will make the play. Second out of the inning. 6-3 put out. 2 outs for Xander Ferlanda. Steps into the box. Xander looks to extend this inning. Bears did a good job yesterday of, even when there was 2 quick outs of the inning, extending the inning, trying to make sure that they didn't go up 1-2-3. That can be a big thing for the offense. Even if you don't score that run in that inning, extending that inning, making the pitcher throw a little bit more, especially the starter. We extend that pitch count. We'll really go far for you, especially in a 4-game series like we find ourselves. 0-0 pitch. High, ball 1. 1-0. Outside as well. Verlander takes that first pitch. When you're the home team and you have the luxury of having a little bit more depth in the bullpen, you might be able to shorten up the starter's pitch count. 1-0. Flared into left field, and that will drop for a base hit for Verlander. His first hit of the day. Verlander 1 for 2. And that will bring up Will Jones, number 13. Like I was saying, as the home team, you have a little bit more luxury of being able to have a deeper bullpen, being able to have more guys there. Traveling Crimson Hawks don't quite have that luxury coming in from Pennsylvania, so their bullpen might be a little bit thinner than if they were at home, so they want those starters to stretch out a little bit. And Verlander extended that inning, so that's huge for the Bears, making them have to try to dip into that bullpen as Will Jones fouls off that 0-0 pitch into the street. Hudak comes set now in 0-1. Will Jones. Verlander gets a little bit more of a jump. He takes off, and that ball is grounded down third base line. Coach Chris Ramirez did a little olé there. Make sure he wasn't going to get hit. Real nice athletic play by Coach Chris Ramirez. 0-2 count on Will Jones. Verlander was getting a little extra lead over there at first base and took off on the pitch. So I'll bet you they might check on him on a pickoff move here just to keep him close. But they don't. 0-2 pitch taken high, ball 1-1-2. Looked to be like almost a half pitch out there. See if Will Jones would chase up. Has chased up before. Will did a good job being patient there. Verlander off at first base. Takes another shuffle. Hudak delivers. Will takes ball 2, 2-2 now is the count. Really big key in baseball is being able to win each even count. Assistant coach Dave Newcomer reminding Will of this, saying win the even. Making sure Will does his part and extending this inning for the Bears as Verlander takes another shuffle over at first base. Hudak delivers, and Will flares a ball out to left field. That's going to look like it might drop. And it does in front of the left fielder as Verlander extends to third base and will make it as Will Jones jogs into second base. And that will be a double for Will Jones. And that gets the Bears 2 runners in scoring position for the number 4 hitter, Connor Smith. This is a great example of what trying to get a runner on with 2 outs can produce for an offense. Verlander really trying to work the inning, trying to extend it for the Bears, and 2 little flare base hits put 2 runners in scoring position for the big lefty Connor Smith. Connor Smith already with a 2 RBI single earlier in the game. First inning. 1 for 2 on the day. Ball misses inside, ball 1-1-0. Connor Smith played basketball as well at High Point Christian University. I've seen the guy dunk before. I've been on the receiving end of the dunk as well. That's about not as fun as watching him dunk and watching him deliver a 2-run single here. But not this time as he grounds out to the first baseman, and that will do it for the end of the Bears' threat. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Bears lead 5-2 as we go to the top half of the 6th. Back here at Bears Field, as number 17, Ben Freeble stays on the mound for the Bears. And number 28, Hess, steps in for the Hawks. Hess 0 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice. And that ball burns the left fielder, David Bell. And that will be a double for the 4-hitter, Hess. I'll tell you what, that sun in left field and on that left side of the diamond in general is tough to be able to judge always where the ball is going to be off that bat. Especially from a left-handed hitter. The ball's going to be tailing away from you. So that first step is always a tough one for an outfielder as Freeble delivers an 0-0 pitch. Ball 1 to the first baseman, Teplin. Teplin 0 for 2 so far in the day. 2 strikeouts. Freeble comes set and delivers. Strike 1, 1-1. Freeble looks to give number 20, Teplin, the golden sombrero, which means 3 strikeouts in one game. That's a tough game. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-2. You gotta be thinking, you might be thinking about that golden sombrero now up the plate. Don't want to strike out 3 times ever. In one game, that's tough. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Adios, muchache. That is a golden sombrero for number 20, Hess. Teplin, excuse me. And that will bring up the second baseman, Williams. Williams also 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a fly out to the left fielder, Bell. 0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Freeble coming in relief for the Bears. Little bit of movement down there in the Bears bullpen. As Freeble comes set and delivers. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Don't let the Cowboy get in his groove. Freeble feeling himself up there on the mound. And comes set. Delivers. Ground ball to Brock Johnson. Freezes the runner at second base. Does not extend. Gets the out at first. 5-3 putout. Brock Johnson gets the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Hollander, for the Hawks. Still has Hess over there at second base. Freeble looks to strand the runner there and keep this game 5-2. Hollander 1 for 1 on the game with a walk and a base hit to right field. Freeble comes set and delivers. Breaking ball taking strike 1 on the outer part of the plate. Does a good job of throwing that backdoor slider there. The difference between front door and back door is kind of dependent on if it's a right-handed or left-handed hitter. Back door is the opposite side of breaking ball of the plate. 0-1 pitch, flied out to Mike McHugh. He's got a beat on it. And we got a guy. Air traffic control out there, center field for Mike McHugh, and that'll do it for the Hawks. Top half of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Bears lead 5-2. back here in Hickory, North Carolina, as Mike McHugh steps up to the plate. Mike with a base hit his last time up. Flied out his first time. I asked Mike before the game, how's he feeling? What's the theme for today? He said, it's going to be a weird day. I'm not sure how it's going to go out for the Bears, but know that the Bears are going to bring a lot of juice, a lot of energy, and do what we can to close out this series. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1-1-0. Mike definitely a leader for the Bears. Comes in his second season from Presbyterian College. Played his high school ball at Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Hudock delivers the 1-0 pitch. Taken strike one, 1-1. Mike does a great job of keeping everybody in the games, keeping everybody in practices, make sure the high energy at all times. 1-1 pitch. Slide out to left center. Center fielder will make the catch. That'll be the first out for the Bears here in the 6th inning. They'll bring Brock Johnson, number 14, up to bat. Brock Johnson's made a couple good plays over at third base, ending some innings, winning some foot races, beating the Hawks to the bag, and getting the Bears back in the dugout. Number 14, Brock Johnson, steps to the plate. Called strike one, 0-1. Not sure if that was on the pitch or on the swing. It was a strike all the same. 0-1 on Brock Johnson. Hudock delivers the 0-1. Brock flies that out into shallow left field. Left fielder makes a good sliding catch. And that will be the second out of the inning for the Bears. And that will bring up Corbin Watson, number 5 first baseman for the Bears. First at bat for Corbin today and on the weekend. Corbin came in for number 19, Topher Grant, earlier in the game. Corbin, a senior, 4th year for the Bears. Corbin shows bunt but pulls back, ball 1-1-0. This will be a 6th game for Corbin on the young season. Corbin has 3 hits and 18 at-bats. 2 RBIs as well. Corbin takes a cut and fouls it back into the street. Just misses. A Ford Focus driving by. That definitely would have made a dent. No insurance claim on that one. Corbin has the even count at 1-1 here. Grounds one in to the hole for a base hit. Attaboy, Corbin Watson. Welcome to the weekend. 1 for 1 on the day. Got a little bit on top of that one, but found itself a hole. Definitely trying to hit one hard and see what you can do. Number 44, Caleb Fluno, freshman, comes to pinch hit for 42, Putnam. Fluno, a big first baseman there, coming to pinch hit for 42, Putnam. I imagine that Corbin Watson will move from first base to shortstop now with Fluno coming in for Putnam, move himself to first base. Fluno 1 for 5 on the year. Made his 6th appearance and 200 on the young season. Does have 2 RBIs so far. Looks to extend the Bears' lead here and get himself an RBI as well. Fluno takes ball 1-1-0 low as Coach Chris Ramirez gives the signs. Fluno takes strike one. 1-1 evens the count. Fluno, a freshman from Nashville, North Carolina. 6'5", 215. Real big body on the freshman. Looks to fill out in his 4 years here as the Bears. Really is a good power threat. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Fluno able to use his power to all sides of the field. Be able to work the right field and left field gaps. Saw the right field come in a step right there. Look for Fluno to maybe take a ball the opposite way into a corner. Maybe get Corbin Watson moving a little bit. And there he goes. And Fluno flies one deep into left field, but won't quite have the distance on a cold North Carolina afternoon. And that will do it for the Bears. No runs as we go to the top half of the 7th inning.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
back here in Hickory, North Carolina, top of the 7th. A couple defensive changes for the Bears. Max LaCroix will come into play center field in the spot of Caleb Fluno. That'll move Mike McHugh to left field and David Bell to shortstop. Corbin Watson stays at first base after his base hit in the bottom of the 6th inning. Also, pinch hitter here now for the Hawks. Number 9, Mueller, will come in to hit for the Hawks. Austin Mueller played both games yesterday, started one for the Hawks. Went 1 for 5 with an RBI. Ben Friebel stays in for the Bears, misses that first one, 1-0. In his 3rd inning of relief. Comes set, whips and fires. That won't be strike one, 1-1. Top half here of the 7th inning. Bears lead 5-2, Hickory, North Carolina at Bears Field. Friebel comes set and delivers. Misses ball 2-1 now on the left-handed hitting Mueller. Friebel delivers the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets the bottom of the zone. Strike 2, 2-2 now. And that'll even the count here on the first batter of the inning, Mueller. Friebel delivers. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2 now. And we'll reset and do it again. Friebel comes set now. 2-2. Fouled back. No car contact on that foul ball. And we remain at 2-2. Back at it for the payoff pitch. As both batter and pitcher step in. Stover getting the sign from the pitching coach. Gives him to Friebel. Friebel comes set. 2-2 pitch. Lined into center field. LaCroix has a beat on it. Makes a fantastic catch. Oh my. What a play by the freshman Max LaCroix in center field. Remembrance of Grant Fuller in center field, the glove, as Max LaCroix makes a fantastic play. And we'll be able to show you the replay here. Ball was laced into center field. LaCroix twisting and turning makes that great over-the-shoulder catch for the first out of the inning. Friebourg comes set now and delivers ball one to Harrison Pontoli. Double last time up, walk his first time. Fantastic play out there by Max LaCroix. Friebourg comes set and delivers strike one. Using the count 1-1 now. LaCroix came in the top half of the inning defensively for the Bears and made an immediate impact. As Friebourg comes set. Ball misses low, 2-1. Bears have a tradition of being able to have great defensive outfielders. Justin Dean, Marcus Shoemaker, Grant Fuller, and now Max LaCroix with a great play out there. 2-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 3-1. (2017) left fielder Marcus Shoemaker won Golden Glove out there in left field. So the Bears really know how to play their yard. 3-1 pitch. Delivered strike two. That'll full the count now. 3-2, 1 out. The top half of the seventh for the Crimson Hawks of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Friebourg comes set and delivers. Strike three looking. The K strut is out for Friebourg. As that brings up the top half of the lineup. I believe we'll have a pinch hitter now for the leadoff hitter, DeAndreth. As soon as we get you that, we'll get you at home what the pinch hitter's name is. Looks to be number 5, Caden DeCrew. Came in yesterday for the injured shortstop Thornberry in the second game of the doubleheader. Pinch hits here for Nick DeAndreth. DeCrew, a freshman from Warrentown, Washington, utility infielder. Takes strike one. Seeing his first collegiate action this weekend, so congratulations to him. Wish him a very successful collegiate career. As he swings at that 0-1 pitch, 0-2 now. Friebourg looks in for the sign. As he comes 0-2 here on DeCrew. Comes set. Calls time, DeCrew does. Breaks up the rhythm of Friebourg. We'll see if this strategy has any validity. Friebourg comes set. And fires. Ball misses outside. 1-2. Bears dugout getting behind Friebourg here in his third inning of relief out of the Bears bullpen. A lot of positive energy, a lot of positive vibe. PVs, as we call it here at Lenoir-Rhyne, as Friebourg comes set. And delivers a ball low, 2-2 now, to the freshman DeCrew. A little bit of a wind changing direction here at Bears Field, kind of blown in now across the right field. As the crew grounds the ball back to Freeble. Freeble makes the play and will get the out at first base, and that will do it for the Hawks. Here in the top half of the 7, Bears lead and win the game on the 7-inning game, 5-2. We'll be back for the second game here in about 30 minutes here on Bears.